Good afternoon. Today I'll be demonstrating on how to adjust the club face of a driver. A driver is a golf club which is used mainly to hit long distance. It's usually the number one club, but the golfers call it a driver. It probably averages around, for an average person, about 200 yards to 300, depending how hard you hit it. So the driver, it has a shaft and a head. Weighs around 120 grams. The shaft just by itself weighs 70 grams. You can use any model. There's plenty of models out there. Just new technology nowadays. There's many clubs to choose from. So the most important thing, I think, the one topic I want to talk about is why I chose this subject. I'd like to show everyone and teach everyone that golf is pretty fun and awesome to play, and I'd like everyone to enjoy this speech and hopefully become interested in the game. So with my experience, I've played golf around 7 years. Since I was a little boy as well. I've worked at the pro shop and taught lessons, given clubs out and showed people what they need and what I think they need to improve their game. So with the loft, I'd like to speak about the most important thing, I think, is first of all you have to look at the swing. A player can hit it very low or very high. It all depends on what they swing it like. For my experience, if a player is hitting it very low, I'd like to give them a 12.5 degree loft. So this driver is 9.5, but with the settings I can get it up to a 12.5, which I would recommend them to hit 12.5. If they hit it very high, some people hit it very high, I'd recommend an 8.5 degree loft, which is the lowest setting on this driver. So it all depends on how they swing it. So my steps now, I'd like to show you how to adjust the loft. So first of all, you have a tool which has a star screw, not a normal screw, so it's very different. This comes with the driver together. So first of all, you just get a grip and just start unscrewing it to the left, which is lefty-loosey. You start to feel that it becomes loose once you keep screwing a couple times. Once you remove the head, so this is the head and this is the shaft. You'll see here that it has A, B, and C, and D, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So the numbers represent the loft, and the letters represent the face of the club. So for me, I've noticed from my past, I've hit it very high. So a lot of people recommended me to drop the loft and to an 8.5, which was recommended by many pros that have seen me hit it. I do as well hit it a bit right, which I would prefer to shut the face a bit or square it. So with my preference, I would set it up to a D1. So you turn the knob and I'll find D1 on the club, just like that. And then you would get the face and the big part will face behind it. And you'll notice here there's a dot behind on the club. So the club you'll put on top, make sure it fits perfectly onto the setting you want, which is a D1 for me. Once that's on top, you grab your tool and you turn it to the right, righty-tighty. And then the most important thing is make sure it's in the screw. Like you don't want to ruin the thread, because if you do ruin the thread, it'll cost you. It'll be very expensive, which you don't want to happen. So you just keep tightening, and once you hear, in a couple seconds, you'll hear 2 clicks. This is very important, because if you don't click those, if you don't screw the screw properly and don't hear the clicks, if you might be on the golf course and hit a shot, the head might fall off and break, and that would be very expensive club to fix. So that's very important, I believe, listening to the clicks. So the steps are pretty easy, but at the same time, you want to do it properly because you don't want to ruin your driver. So this technology is very, very important now, because it has helped many golfers throughout these years to improve and to become much better. I'd like to thank everyone, and hopefully you've learned something today, and hopefully you begin to play golf because I believe it's very fun and awesome. Thank you.